So one of the arguments I typically hear regarding libertarian society or anarchist society, voluntarist society, is how would the environment be handled? And I think these are legitimate concerns. I myself have wondered for a while and tried to come up with solutions that don't involve using the force of the state or the government, and to still have respect and an understanding of the importance of nature and the planet and the animals around us without, forcing those ideas on someone. And typically people say that the opponents of libertarianism and libertarian ideas would say that in a libertarian society, corporations are going to rise to power, and you wouldn't be able to protect your land. There would be no reason to stop them from dumping oil on your land whenever they want, and toxic chemicals and things like that. However, what we've argued is that there would be no incentive for the corporations and for the governments to do these state institutions, whatever they would be, without an overarching state. There would be no incentive for them to do this because, for one, the people would have more power. You wouldn't have to fight with the government in order to say, hey, we don't want these people dumping in our backyard. In Houston, there's a community of Manchester that is, you go from one side of Houston to Manchester, you can notice the pollution in the air and the sky. There's also extreme rates of cancer in that particular area. And these are all due to things that are happening coming from Exxon and from pipelines and things like that, that my guess would be that if the communities had more control of that, they wouldn't allow those things to take place in their environment. They wouldn't be forced to by their local governments or state governments or federal governments. A new report from the World Resources Institute and the Rights and Resources Initiative took a look at over 130 studies from 14 different countries and found that in most cases, communities can actually take care of the environment better than the governments can. The report looks at several communities in the Brazilian Amazon, in Guyana in South America, and also communities in Indonesia, and found that when communities were in control of their environments, deforestation efforts were actually slowed down compared to when the government is in control. Now, as far as my personal beliefs of shamanism and indigenous teachings and the importance of that in an awakening and coming back to being partner with the earth instead of trying to dominate the earth, this completely makes sense. When you have a sense of being connected to your community, those around you, and you're also dependent on the environment, you're not detached from it like many of us are in the Western world, then you have a reason to be a part of it and to save it and to stop it. And the study in the report, they quote some of the community members and say that the Western mind sees our forest as money, but we see it as our livelihood. And they have pharmacies out there where they're connected to the plants and making medicines, and they're making hallucinogenic concoctions. They also have gardens and all kinds of ways that these people are in touch and in tune with the community, with the earth, with their forest, and with the planet, and would much rather save it than see it go to waste or be deforested to build new hydroelectric dams or gold mines or whatever resources are plentiful in the area. Rest assured, some multinational, transnational companies are coming for them, all because they think that the savages don't know how to take care of their land. And to me, this study, and we'll go ahead and post the link below the video so you can look further on your own, but this study and others like it confirm that people given the power of ruling over themselves, first of all, and then ruling over their own mind, and then coming together with other like-minded individuals who have also decided that they want to have self-governance and not governance from external forces, they can do positive things. We don't need the government to save the environment. We don't need the government to save ourselves. And we definitely don't need the government to tell us what's right and what's wrong. So just remember that when someone tells you that without the government, the environment would go to shit and society would fall apart. Things people talk about today, drone strikes, drug war, prison system, everything. What do you think it is, either the biggest threat to our freedom or the one thing that can bring us all together and stop all the craziness?
Love.
Love, the one, that's it.
Love is the cure for all diseases. And let me tell you something else.